Current awkward entertainment. So briefly, I'm gonna talk about some comments I had under my page. Let's start with Annette. Then I'm gonna get into a video about Andy Moorman, the Ice Cream Bandit, and Suzanne Morphew, Love Triangle. Now, Miss Annette says this. This is under another Andy Moorman video I did. Sounds like he was willing to pay her back. What is the beef? None of us are perfect. She's incorrect when she says none of us are perfect. I'm about to prove her wrong with God's word. Maybe he thought that was legal. No, he didn't think it was legal. If you read the story, you're about to see what we're about to read. Let's start. Whosoever is born of God does not commit sin, for his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin because he is born of God. It doesn't say when you're born of God, you continue to sin and you will be forgiven. No, it says when you're born of God, you do not sin. So if you're sinning, you're not born of God, and you need to go back to the drawing board. You need to get up, walk straight, walk in Jesus. This is awkward occurrence or awkward entertainment. So we're going to be looking once again at Mr. Ice Cream Man, the Ice Cream Tip Bandit, Andy Moorman. And let's go over to our article. Alright, we are back again. Alright, as you can see, June 28th, former Jenny's employees take their grievances public. So let's start. Former Jenny's root beer stand employees took to the streets Friday to call attention to their grievance with the family drive-in on South Scatterfield Road. Carrying place cards and signs, a half-dozen former employees and supporters responded to honk horns, thumb-up signs, and occasionally hollered words of encouragement from passing motorists. "You fight for it, sister," shouted one driver. A spokesperson for the Anderson Police Department on Thursday confirmed that Andrew Moorman is under criminal investigation for allegedly stealing tips from car hops. No charges have been filed at this point, and any charging recommendations. Let's just wait for this, because this is the second time it's done this. Let's just wait. Let's go back up. Let's go back up. Let's just wait. Let's go back up. Second time it's done that to me. Now let's continue. No charges have been filed at this point, and any charging recommendations will have to be approved by Madison County Prosecutor's Office. The investigation began after two former car hops, Suzanne Coppis and Courtney Smith, claimed Moorman was taking a percentage of their tips based on sale. Of course, people who do serving or car hops earn $2, $3, $4 an hour, so they don't make much money already for managers to come in and say, we're going to take a percentage of your tips. Let's continue. I'm going to skim through this. Coppis worked at Jenny's for 4 years. Smith worked there for 1 year. "I'm a 47-year-old college-educated person," Coppis said. "Don't treat me like I'm stupid. I got to tell people who watch my videos that all the time. I work here because I like this job." And at 47 and college-educated, I believe she worked there because, of course, you like the job. Now, continue to skim through this. In early 2012, Moorman told car hops he was going to take 2% of their total sales from tips to help cover higher food costs and other expenses. A financial hit that could cost up to $30 a shift, several of the workers said. Continue to skim over this. One employee contacted an attorney who told Moorman the practice was illegal and asked him to stop. Moorman did and paid back some of the money, Coppis and others said. Let me skim over some more. In June 2012, something more ominous began occurring. What? Coppis discovered Moorman had a restaurant manager. Coppis discovered that Moorman and a restaurant manager were ringing up purchases before the restaurant opened, and car hops reported for work. Purchases the car hops had to cover from their tips. When cops confronted Moorman, he allegedly told her if she didn't go to the police, she'd have a job for life. So after losing her job in that March, cops filed suit. Didn't really file suit. Let's continue. She claims to have receipts and records and audio recordings that backs up her claims. That information and material is now in hands of investigators. Coppers have also claimed Mormon offered to give her $400 to drop her claim. Coppers denied it. And let me skim over this, because I have something else to talk about with this case. They said there was no real facts to support the case, but Coppers says she has recordings of it. We don't know. Investigators have that. Again, this is a planted story, so let's go on. She says, I'm not mad I didn't get my job back. I quit, McNally said. I'm going to work for an employer I can trust. Or I'm not going to work for an employer I can't trust. Okay, as you can read that, somebody approached. This is more dialogue between protesters and former co-workers at the protest. And that is it for that part. Wow. So at least he offered to pay Miss Coppers $400. She didn't take it. I don't know where this case stands now. It's so odd. It's probably non-existent. It's probably fictional now. So odd. But here go the photos of the lovely ladies on June 2013. Or 2012. When was this? 2013, June 28th. Alright, let's get into the next part of this video. That was about Andy Moorman. He was doing some unethical practices at his business some years ago. And let's get into the second part of this video. Alright, this is Awkward Occurrence or Awkward Entertainment. So this is the second part of the video. We're going to be looking at maybe a possible love triangle. So I'm just going to talk about the theories. Right now, these are theories and speculations based on what we, as the people, are given by the media and police. So let's get right into this. A love triangle. John Smith. John Smith is the co-worker of Barry's that got into a fight with Barry. He was doing an interview, or he did an interview with the Draper brothers, with Tyson Draper. He stated in his interview he believes Suzanne Morphew was caught in the middle of a totally different situation. So she was caught in the middle of something. That's what Mr. John Smith believed. I may be pronouncing his last name wrong. Bear with me. So if Suzanne was caught in the middle of something that she really had nothing to do with, one of my theories would be a love triangle. Now, I have very little information to support that fact, or to support that claim. Very little information because the detectives aren't giving out too much information to the public. So what we do have is information from a Nancy Grace podcast. I still have to listen to that, and information from Plunder. Now, it is said Mr. Morphew, 4 a.m. Saturday, before Mother's Day, was outside of Morgan Gentile's house revving his engine. And why would he be outside her house at 4 a.m.? Did he go see her that night, late Friday night, and spent the night with her, or spent a couple hours with her, and left at 4 a.m.? Did Mr. Morgan Gentile go over to Mr. Morphew's house and kill Suzanne Morphew out of a fit of rage or a fit of jealousy? Because again, it's a love triangle, and in love triangles, crime happens in love triangles. Murder happens. I don't necessarily believe Morgan to be a suspect or a mistress based on her interview with Lauren Scarf, and based on Mr. Morphew calling her a meth head. But if I was to look at some clues, If I was to listen to Morgan saying Barry was at her house, and we don't have any more information to fill in the gaps, it will lead you to think a love triangle has gone wrong, and that's why Suzanne Morphew ended up missing. She either ended up missing because Barry did it himself, or because Morgan came over and caused some trouble and killed Suzanne. And if it's not Morgan who's the mistress, well, there's a third person no one knows about. We still don't have camera footage from the police. That camera footage would be from Walmart, and claims some people make Barry was with another woman in a Walmart or in Broomfield or wherever. Alright. We still have some gaps of information to fill in. Like, what was Barry doing before 4 a.m.? I didn't watch Donna the Psychic. I did not watch Donna the Psychic. I don't want to know anything Donna the Psychic was saying. I understand y'all watched Donna the Psychic, and y'all might have got information from her about what she thinks happened the night before Mother's Day. Okay, this is another character in the story. He was at the search that Andy Moorman put together and received donations for. Mr. Morgan Gentile claimed two men approached her, told her this isn't hush-hush money, but here's your paycheck. This was maybe less than 7 days after she left Broomfield without completing any work. She was approached by two gentlemen who worked for Barry. Is this one of the gentlemen? We do not know, but he was at the search checking everything out with a wig and face mask and big old glasses on. Why would they tell you to be hush-hush, Morgan? Like, were you having an affair with Barry and they told you to be hush-hush, Morgan? Why would they say be hush-hush, Morgan? I mean, you didn't take a polygraph test, which is your freedom not to. But to say Barry was outside your house 4 a.m. Saturday, and then he was testing you at 4 a.m. Saturday heading down the highway. Hey, I don't know what to say. So he was sitting outside your house at 4 a.m. making this noise. So he was making that noise. I don't know what to say to that. We need more information. You know, the little glimpse of new information we have is, I'm thinking it's a love triangle go wrong. I'm gonna listen to Miss Nancy Grace podcast again. I haven't finished it, and we will see what information I can gather out of that. This is the hotel Barry visited in Broomfield. We still don't know what time he checked in. You can check into some hotels early for an extra fee, but usually check-in is at 3 p.m. If it comes to light, Barry checked in at 3 p.m. More than likely, before then, he was moving Suzanne's body, wherever he moved her body. That's if he's involved. Now, why wouldn't Barry Morphew be involved in his wife's disappearance? The Barry supporters are going to love this theory coming up next. They're going to love this theory. So in the love triangle theory, Barry is involved. His mistress killed Suzanne. Barry is helped covering up. I hate to say Morgan is the mistress. We still need more information. Okay. This has been an awkward occurrence. Well, I'm getting out of here, y'all. This has been an awkward occurrence or awkward entertainment, and I will see you in the next video.
I was blind.